It's Thursday. Don't wait for my return. But I'm here anyway. And I'm happy to be here with you all. So join me, won't you? I want to do a little quick character sketch. And I'm hoping y'all will have some input as to how this character shapes up. I'm going to use an aesthetic generator of some sort, just for a little jumping off point. I like these little, I don't know, maybe it's ADHD, but I like coming into these Thursday streams with just a fresh slate, something new. If y'all prefer to see me revisit some pieces, by all means, let me know. So I'm gonna randomize. I'll bring this on screen. And so my scene academia. I'm sorry, gang. I cannot. I've gotten so far removed from my lol random roots that, you know, I just have to. I refuse to put a tendril back in there. Photo tech. Well, that's just art, and then also technology. As you might have seen, I already started off with a little skeleton, just to have a pose in mind, but that could certainly change. How do I even do phototech as a thing? As a piece. I mean, that's just a camera. I'm gonna randomize again because I have no integrity. Web minimalist. Okay, I think old internet. So old internet minimalist. I'll have to throw this whole pose out, that's for certain. Web minimalist, that's gonna be tough. How do I get into that without delving into like vaporwave? What's some old internet? You know, I could stick figure. Old internet, minimalist, done. Next prompt. First, I'm going to change up this music because it is not for me. Here we go. I just do not like those big room dubstep, Just that very generic EDM sound. Angel Core. Alright, I think I can work with this. Now, you know, normally I'm a sock it to me kind of person, but it's Thursday. I'm taking it easy. What we're gonna do is go back to that old pose because I can make this work. How's everyone out there doing this fine Thursday night? We're almost there, almost to the weekend. Hate that I'm living for it, but maybe that's just what makes things special, is having them in moderation. Time marches on, and so do I. I've got to make Angel Core. So we'll start with this pose and flesh them out, make them very person-like, I guess. I've always been trying to like thin limbs with my drawings. Like, I'm sure it's a lot of cartoon influence growing up, but I know it's a lot easier to be expressive with them, I guess. Well, I mean, other artists do some really incredible things with like wider limbs and things, but I don't know, they've always just stuck out to me. Gonna get kind of that sassy hand on hip pose. We're doing Angel Core. I guess it's going to be kind of a modern day fashion statement. Just get that index finger separate from the other fingers because it creates a more dynamic hand pose for not a lot of effort put in, I'd say. That's right, I'm pulling back the curtain for all y'all. Anything to save effort. Get some pouty lips. And now I know you're gonna say, Travis, you had something in mind going into this. I mean, kinda. I rebuilt a pose and was just hoping to build off of that pose. Why I threw away so many prompts. It's been a long week. I'll tell you that. Yep. Some flowy. I'm gonna look up some reference here. Let me give them some Renaissance hair. Oh, Google, show me those sexy Renaissance paintings. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. All those slight curls. Just gonna block this in. Try and get some of those big hair movements out of the way. You're gonna have a sculpted nose, since we're on the Renaissance theme here. And because they're angel core, they're going to be looking up because they only have eyes for the Lord. We give some big bangles here. Big hoops are always very angelic. This may not all be clear what I'm putting down now, but hopefully it'll pay off. Getting a little absurd with it, but I mean, I guess that's character design. Gonna do a crop jacket because that feels right. Big side belt because yes, I'm just an edgy little boy. It fits into that Bengal aesthetic. By the way, if you're out there and you're in that Dead Man's Saloon on Discord, hop on in. Say hi. If you'd like to find out how to get into the Dead Man's Discord, drop a line. I'd be happy to tell you the password. Just don't say it to no one. What am I gonna do for pants? Really gonna edge out this character here. Angles all the way down. They've just got fluffy winged pants. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm gonna use... Yeah, a good pen. Hey, feasible. Thanks for coming on in. How you doing this evening? I have to drop that down because of that weird brush size to zoom in discrepancy that Clip Studio has. Haha, just taking a fat smelly dump? Man, I'm jealous. I mean, since the topic has arisen, I got violently ill yesterday, and I think it resulted in just a profound sadness because I'm taking a medication that, from my doctor's explanation, takes advantage of the reuptake inhibitors, I believe. But it's SSRIs, and they give you happiness through the butt. Well, you ingest them orally, and then supposedly they reuptake in your butt. But if you get violently ill, I think that kind of undercuts the process. And so not only was I indisposed, I got violently sad. Well, not violently, that implies another entirely different thing. I got morose. Passionately pooped, exactly. You had a new Adventure Time shirt that says "Homies help homies." Always. I love that. I've been watching Fiona and Cake, and it's been really enjoyable. Like, it's always really nice to I say always, but it's really nice to revisit such a wonderful property. And I will say, like, they say swears and stuff, and I mean, it's a minor gripe, but I feel like the avoidance of saying swears was super important to the language of Adventure Time. But I mean, it has nothing to say about the story itself. It's interesting. It's really interesting. They do get a lot of their voice actors back, not all of them, because I mean, it used to be a one-off, and they got such a cavalcade of stars. But Stephen Root's back in it. I forget Fiona's voice actor, but Fiona and Cake's original voice actors are back in it. Donald Glover's back as Marshall Lee. And then some new faces show up that have been really welcome new faces that I'm really excited to see in such a big property. Well, they originally did storyboard with swears. Yeah, and that makes sense. But I feel like it, because they avoided them in such creative ways, I felt like that lended a lot of language. It wasn't like a... I mean, what did they say in Firefly? I guess they just swore in Chinese, where you say frack in Battlegate Galactica or whatever. Yeah, Goram. But in Adventure Time, they just had like such a unique slang vocabulary that I felt was very original to the show. Like, they wouldn't say fucking rad, they'd say mathematical. Or they'd call people donks, and you know, it was never... They were always coming up with new things, like new fun ways to say things. And that language was very, very quintessential to the show. But the story itself is very fun. I'm having a really good time. Hello!
Howdy. How's it going here on 10 Paces?
It's good. I was just going into a diatribe about Fiona and Cake.
Oh, well, don't let me stop you.
I was basically wrapping up and just saying the same things over and over, so you're not stopping anything, honestly. I think you're just sparing the listeners' attention.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Doing your due diligence.
Yeah. Let me see. What are you working on tonight?
I used an aesthetic generator, kind of, you know, work as a jumping off platform. I did re-roll several times because the first one I refused to draw. The second one I had no idea what to do with. Well, the second and third ones. Because the first one was something seen, and I won't say scene was never my thing, but
Right.
it certainly isn't now.
That's fair.
I would say the scene disgusts me.
Oh. You find it disgusting. We got a caller. If you would like to bring him in, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Just click and drag him. Yeah.
Hello, welcome, caller.
Hello,
Yeah.
chaps.
Welcome
How's it
back.
hanging? Yeah, how's
It's
it hanging,
feasible
wiener dogs?
in the voice.
In the flesh.
Well, Feasible says that, Travis, you were the scene queen.
Yeah, back in the day.
I guess reluctantly,
Mega
yeah.
scene. Reluctantly crouched at the scene queen.
Roaring and yarring.
Hey man, I thought that, I think scene's all right, and I think it's fun that it's making a comeback in small ways.
Yeah. You'll be able to glomp someone again. Won't
I
that
don't.
be wonderful?
Scene and like a nerd girl culture are connected, but they are not they're not the same thing. Yeah, glomping wasn't scene. That was.
That's true.
Nothing wasn't seen, it was weeb. Learn your history.
Exactly.
Maybe Weeb Scene's about to hit the scene.
I don't think so. I think that moment is come and gone.
Yeah,
I hate
that was a rare moment in time where it was still like a niche subculture that the avid fans had very little access to the actual culture that they thought they were being a part of. So hopefully we've improved from that, because now it's just called appropriation.
Well, the thing is, I think the anime girl you're talking about who would say like actually running tackle a character they like at an anime con or something, that was I think that was a completely different kind of thing,
Yeah.
I say we bring back glomping anyway. Nothing like a little casual physical assault between complete strangers. It's I mean, I don't agree,
See, Carlos got my back.
but yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't want to get glomped, you shouldn't have dressed
Aaron's
like that.
just trying to get goth adjacent female people to throw themselves at him physically. That's all that's
Is
about.
that so wrong?
Is that so wrong? All right.
We're going back to the days of randos giving you vials of blood.
Back to the day. I don't think that was ever a widely accepted practice.
That was just your scene.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't seen to do.
Dude, that's so scene.
Into the future, I can see.
That's so Rarvin.
That's so Rarvin. There we go. We just needed a little time.
It took me a minute to connect what lyrics you were singing.
Oh no, of course, of course. Wait like real blood from Carly Rae. Go on. You guys are the experts here.
I mean, that was an edgy. I guess that was more emo in our time. We didn't really have a thriving goth culture where we grew up.
I think where we grew up, we didn't have goths. We only had scene because of the years we grew up and where we grew up.
Yeah.
We also didn't have culture.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everywhere's got culture. You get any group of people together and they show their tendencies. That's a culture.
Yeah.
I know it sucks living in the sticks, but sticks culture is very much a thing, at least, whether it's good or bad.
That's fair.
I mean, how do the children learn to hang out outside the 7-Eleven? They're born knowing.
Well, yeah, that's instinct. It's not culture.
I think they're related ideas. It's instinct that drives into the 7-Eleven parking lot.
The erudite kind of art critic sense.
The woofy doofy.
Well, they don't have culture. I use culture as a general placeholder for a bunch of other more complicated subjects that I'm not erudite enough to explain.
Well,
Yeah.
Or that you're not erudite enough to understand. I don't have to explain it.
Yeah, if you don't get it, you're out.
Time. Yeah.
Guys, it's pronounced erudite.
Oh,
No.
maybe the peasants.
Maybe yes, maybe in your circles, but
It's pronounced erudite.
it's pronounced poor. You're poor.
It's not okay. Well, if whether I'm poor or not. See, I mean, that's culture right there.
Yeah. We just made a culture. A little culture soup.
We even managed to squeeze in a little bit of oppression. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, how else do you codify a culture?
Yeah.
Is there a culture where oppression hasn't existed?
That's a pretty big question.
Yeah.
I mean, I think ultimately that's not a possibility because we're talking about oppressions on a sliding scale. It's all kinds of things. If the world was perfect, somebody would be getting less blueberries in their muffin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're the
what are you drawing?
lower blueberry cast here to rise up.
It depends. I mean, if they pick the blueberries, certainly, I do think they probably ought to rise up. But I don't think just the random, people wandering by should rise up. That's just attacking a city.
That's just a sports event.
It's banditry. What are you drawing, Travis?
I used an aesthetic generator at the top of the show.
Oh.
And rolled a couple different ideas to find kind of a jumping off point. And so where I landed was angelic core.
Angelic to the core? Like Corey Feldman?
So a Corey Feldman song came on my Spotify yesterday.
Really? From Angelic to the core, I assume?
It was Deceiving Deborah, I think was the name of the song.
All right.
And I thought it was from Donkey Kong, the Crystal Coconut. Just because that's what his voice sounds like, is the Crystal Coconut Donkey Kong.
Is he that good of a singer? I've actually never listened to anything.
It sounds exactly like it. Like the instruments and everything harken back to that, like that very synthy, whiny guitar, and
Deceptive
his voice
Deborah.
where you would hit kind of deceptive Deborah, and he would hit those gutturals, and it just the lyrics sounded like, I don't know, the plot points of an episode.
Another
Like, when
absolute banger
Was there ever
from
a
the Feldman
Deborah Kong?
himself.
A
Deborah Kong, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There's one review of this song, The Destitute Man's Dirty Diana. Another absolute banger from the Feldman himself. How does he do it every time? It's a 1-star review. It goes on, but, you know, it's someone else's content, isn't it?
It's Mrs. Feldman.
I definitely
Mom.
read the Deceptive Deborah lyrics out loud if I could find them.
They're
Deborah.
on Lyric Genius
Oh.
yet?
Deborah, that makes a little more sense.
Deborah, like from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I just want the lyrics. Oh my god. It's such a niche thing, you know. Oh, he
Is
put it
not
out
on
pretty
karaoke
recently.
yet?
You could probably find a YouTube video.
All right,
and
to
then
YouTube it is.
In the comments, we'll have.
Someone will just written them out. Yeah.
Yep. That's usually the case.
YouTube.
Well,
Deceptive
it's gonna be
Deborah.
them just Microsoft
Guessing.
Video Makering what they think the lyrics are.
That's fine.
Maybe. But hey, if you want something done right, you got to depend on someone else.
Okay, my first thought upon hearing this song, I can't obviously play it for you guys, but my first thought is it sounds like Be Prepared from The Lion King.
Yeah.
Comments are turned off.
That's a good sign.
Well, damn it.
122 likes, 4.4k views. I don't know how you got there. I automatically suggested to you.
Spotify is on some weird shit for me. I did get into kind of a noise phase, I guess. But then it just got too weird for me.
Yeah, you got to explore the genres to the limits you're comfortable with.
But then it decided I was really into meme music, and I have no idea why.
Meme music?
Yeah.
A lot of noise people are fans of meme music too, because they're like, that's where like a 100 gex tone develops.
Right,
I think.
and that could have had a huge hand in it, like that hyperpop or Carico Bonito. My interest in that could have influenced it, but then
I think so.
old songs from Lazy Town, the songs I kind of would play in my car. I would play meme songs, so yeah, I get it. But Spotify wasn't there for that phase in my life.
Yeah, it does. Well, it knows.
It shouldn't. I'm a different person now. I'm a new man.
I'm not seen at all now.
I go unseen.
Hey, are you a little bit seen still?
Hey, I'm not.
Are you a little bit seen still deep down? Well, I put a video in your Discord.
Oh yeah.
It's a YouTube video of a song called Hee Haw Train.
Hee Haw Train? Like the show Hee Haw?
Like the show, or like
Like cowboys say.
I think it's a genre of music, legit. I'm not entirely sure.
Hey, safe to play on stream, or should I wait?
It's probably not.
I don't think anyone's coming after you for it. I think you should play it on stream. But
Yeah,
guess what?
I don't think.
I don't have a financial stake at all in the success of this channel.
Defer to the
Feds
sheriff
look away.
here.
I say feds look
Feds
away.
are asleep.
Look away. And any narcs too.
Yeah, any narcs too. Don't cancel us for this.
Legally, if you're a cop, you're not allowed to watch.
Legally, if you're a cop, you have to drop a sub, or it's entrapment.
Yep.
I'm not gonna play it though for our stream integrity. Though I do see some streams just throwing on other people's videos.
Yeah, you're like, okay, look. This song is from like 1986. It's by Louise and Eileen Mandrell.
Oh, then it's in Creative Commons.
It's in public domain.
Yeah, statute of limitations.
All
I don't
right.
know. I don't know that I believe that that's true.
Is here on 10 Paces,
Yeah, we, the people.
but we'll add our commentary over it because
That's right. It'll
a new
There you go.
transformative piece of media.
it will be transformative.
Though we cannot hear it. Oh wait, I cannot hear it. Never mind. I'm done.
Can the show hear it? No, it's not playing.
Not really.
Oh no, they're
audio.
gonna see my recommendeds.
Uh oh.
I don't think it's playing audio.
It is. It's quiet.
Oh, this reminds me of. Well, this reminds me of church, but
This reminds me of church.
This is
I
what
love
I
these-
was.
the repeated
Transitions.
slow pans into the fake light.
Very
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers.
But also just honing in on the fact that it's a fake
Look,
light.
look, it's a magic light.
It's a.
That shows me a dance of Diaper Man.
That's the best part.
Probably is hee-haw. It
I'm
said hee-haw on
confused.
it said hee-haw on the wall when the dude was dancing around in the steam room. Were they told to show their teeth so much, you think?
They must probably told to like widen their eyes as much as they can.
I sort of
Bigger
get that.
eyes, bigger smiles,
Yeah.
scream more.
Really got to push your face out.
They'll be doing like a singer's grimace and still have the.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the
those were cheap.
overbite was in.
Were probably not expensive. I mean, those were probably not cheap teeth. You got to show them off.
That's true.
Hey, you know what? This is on theme.
Yeah,
Oh,
This is the
We might have just
perfect
got a
use
new
of your
theme song.
platform.
get on the 10
hee-haw
Paces train.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it's actually tied to the TV show Hee Haw, it is USB or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think we're fine.
Now Universal's coming for us.
Yeah, Universal's gonna come for us on their cereal bus.
I'll actually be right back. I smell something burning.
Oh, that's not good.
I hope that's a bit, and he's just like, I had some poop burning in my butt.
He comes back. My biscuits.
My cakes did burn.
My biscuits burnt.
No, I done burnt my biscuits watching the Hee Haw train. Travis is gonna be trying to sleep tonight, and he's just gonna be like,
Yeah.
on the Hee Haw train.
Flip to the cool side of the pillow. Get on the hee-haw
train.
Be all night. Yeah. Turn over and bring your covers.
On our big 10 Paces couch.
Yeah.
Everything's good. There are
Good.
people in my house, and I didn't hear them through my noise-canceling headphones.
Are they allowed? Oh, do you want to plug them? Is this a plug?
Not yet, but if
Shout out to all you white people.
I forget what brand they are. Q something
Anon?
HX Audio?
HX Audio. Huh?
Oh,
Wow. I don't know what mine are either, honestly.
but if you've ever had ears and you need other people to not hear what you're hearing and you don't want to hear them as well, get the QHR noise canceling headphones now at probably Amazon.
Definitely Amazon.
Get them at Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Go to Radio Shack.
Yeah, just go down to your local Radio Shack.
Go there, and if you send pictures of us send pictures to us of you at your local Radio Shack,
We might put them up.
that'd be cool.
Little like string photo hang up.
Yeah.
Travis.
The memories of our viewers at Radio Shack.
I'll make a collage of all of our viewers at Radio Shack.
So Travis.
Yes, Thor.
As the inventor of angelic core, would you say that Sephiroth was angelic core?
Ooh.
Kind of. Maybe half.
He's the proto angelic core. The original.
And is
Yeah,
that
I mean, Fallen Angel Core.
were any angels harmed in the making of that boa on your lady there?
Probably. Only
Not ethically
real
sourced.
angel feathers.
This is looking pretty bad. This is not looking good.
Yeah, feds look away. Don't audit us. Dude, is that real?
Yeah, I mean, we had to return them off stream.
Oh, good, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we told them we couldn't. I mean, they didn't drop any subs, so we know they're not here.
So that means we can dish out all our secrets if we want. They can't.
Yeah,
do
we can dish
anything.
the
Yeah.
dirt.
Also, I don't think angels are a protected species.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
We really got to change those laws.
What are you trying to? What are you trying to do?
Make it so that they are. I've never seen one.
Dude, they're everywhere.
Oh, you guys see a lot of angels?
All the
You
time.
just gotta have faith.
You gotta get a lot of angels out by where you are.
Just gotta have the big F.
I mean, from what I hear.
Hmm. Cool. I live in a pretty angel-free area, so.
You live in hell? It's the only angel-free area I know of.
No, like
You know,
just,
on Apollo 13,
not their natural
angels
habitat.
were there.
Angels were
Yeah.
well, hold
They're
on.
there. Yeah.
We put angels in space.
No, they were already there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we invaded space where they were, and they ensured that those astronauts got back safely. You ever been to an outfield?
Mm-hmm.
They love that shit.
I've actually never been to an outfield. Have you?
Yeah. I played t-ball growing up, and of course I played outfield because I was not an athletic kid.
Same.
And
I'm not an
none of
athletic
the-
kid now either.
None of the athletic kids could hit the ball into the outfield, so it was a pretty safe area for me.
Dude, you were doing your job so well. They were just scared.
Yeah.
That was it.
They were like they were
the ball
doing.
did
They were
come
hitting
to
them
me,
short.
I was building a dirt castle.
They were throwing them short. You just knew that they wouldn't dare come in your direction.
So I mean, my parents tried to get me into sports, but I gave them so many signs that was not my
And
place
dirt
in
castles.
life. Yeah, I was building a dirt castle, and then a ground roll came at me, and my glove was on my head because it was blocking out those.
Is that a true story?
Yes.
Wow. Ground roll Travis, I guess. That's your new
I
name.
played soccer when I was 4 or 5.
Did you have
I
the
got
glove on your head then too?
They don't have gloves, so we weren't allowed to use our hands.
If you were the
That's
goalie,
not
you could.
true.
I got knocked down in our first game, which
You got
was
up again.
way different than running drills. Like
This isn't
before,
like TV at
we
all.
just ran. We just ran around cones, and then
Yeah.
we would take turns kicking the ball,
Uh-huh.
and that was pretty cool. But then we had a game, and I got knocked down, and then I walked off the field and said I wasn't playing anymore.
That's
You
fair.
didn't get up again? They are going to
I-
keep you down?
I got up to walk off the field because I'm not gonna take it.
Show them the power of the go home club.
Travis, do you remember who knocked you down?
I don't. It was a flurry.
That sucks. I was gonna say we can.
It was like
hunt them
a-
down and get your vengeance.
Like a cartoon fight cloud of children.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like Rocket League.
Yeah, I'm built for that stuff. I just don't enjoy it. Like, I'm a pretty thick bitch.
Where you just start helicoptering.
Yep.
Stay away from the ball.
Pants are off like pretty immediately. And
Hey, nobody coming around here.
this guy got kicked off Survivor because that was his strategy.
His go-to was just to get nude,
Yeah,
and they were like,
he was more not invited back. But
"Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's a crime.
yeah,
that's true." It's like, no, we're surviving. We're on an island.
it's a crying shame. Yeah, during the challenges, he'd get naked. First season, Richard Hatch.
So they actually were on an island for that one, weren't they?
They're on an
Showing
island.
his dick hatch.
Well, you could say everywhere's an island.
No. I mean, like now they're in Fiji.
Oh, okay.
But they used to go from place to place. Yeah, I don't remember where the first one. Borneo was the first location.
I think
And
that's-
then season 2 was Australia, right?
Yep. Australian Outback. No. Yes. And then 3 was the fucking brutalest season they've ever done, which was
Really?
Africa. Yeah, they got their water to boil from like squelching in mud at a natural spring that was mostly in a muddy zone
Jeez.
because they couldn't camp near water in Africa. And it was a brutal season. They ate, I think, corn mush because like rice wasn't, I don't know, themed appropriately, and it was apparently like god awful.
Yeah, I mean, corn grows there.
Yep. So they ate corn mush. That season, one of the final questions. Let's see if I can remember it word for word. I'm a fucking Survivor nerd. You know how they get the final tribal council in Survivor, and they all like get to confront. There's a jury that gets to confront the winners and pick who wins.
Yeah, I've seen Total Drama Island.
Right. So the guy, Big Tom was his name. Huge redneck farmer, like, happy drunk style guy. And his question, because he had already decided he was going to pick the dude he liked. So his question at Final Tribal Council was, if a hyena were to come into camp and eat our mush and then lick his butt, would he be licking his butt because that's just what nature wants him to do? Or would it be to get the taste of the mush out of his mouth? He asked this at Final Tribal Council. That was his question.
How did they take that?
The dude knew he had his vote, and so he just sort of laughed it off and said, "I guess the second one." It was directed only at the guy he was definitely going to vote for. They were friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was just
Lots.
blowing the question.
Thanks for popping in chat.
yeah.
That's a
And I
real
appreciate
boy
the
if I have
compliment on
ever
the
seen
drawing.
one.
Always like the
Yeah,
name
me too.
Lars.
Yeah.
I'm
I had
doodling
a some deep lore that was only privy to my session at the time, but I got to play my D&D character Greatbeard in like a full beginning to end session.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, like a campaign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Most sessions end.
Campaign. Yeah, that's yeah. So
yeah.
Just wanted to be clear. Yeah, I was
But-
teasing.
I decided in that his name was Lars.
Aw, that's good.
Yeah.
I made a really cool barbarian once that was a dwarf, and I get the appeal of dwarves now. I was never a big dwarf guy before.
With my Como crew, the people I play with in Columbia, Missouri, we would occasionally have dwarf nights where it was like a big potluck dinner. We'd try to make dwarf themed meal items to bring, and we would get fucking ripped. And we'd play like usually a one shot, like an all dwarf one shot.
And be just like super drunk. That's fun. That's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've grown to care much more for dwarves. I started this 1-20 we're doing, and I didn't like dwarves, so I decided to center the entire first half of the campaign around a dwarven city, so I could mess with them. Like, not like to fuck with dwarves, like to learn to get into dwarves. But it was actually making a throwaway
the culture.
Yeah, it's actually making a throwaway DMPC that I really got, and his name was Orsig Taylor, and he was a barbarian from like way up north in the Icewind Dale, and he was a follower of his god, and he was a good adventurer, but he was like a serious like drunk, and he did hate goblins and orcs a lot, like more than one should. So he's like a failure, Like, he's just enough of a drunk and a loser to have fallen from grace and be sleeping in an alley. And he gets picked up by he got picked up by one of the other players to just work, because Dungeon of the Mad Mage, it's about a big super dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And so the character was looking for someone to go into, the suicide dungeon or whatever with. So she literally found him on the street, drunk, but clearly a man with power. And just hired him, and it gives him a leash and a focus.
That's fun.
Yeah, he's like an active worshiper of Moradin and thinks he's failed his god with his slovenly, life and stuff.
Yeah. You gotta work,
He's just
gotta forge. Dwarves are
a little tattooed, blonde, Nordic style dwarf.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I get them now. I like dwarves.
Yeah, I've always had a lot of fun with them. How do you feel about Deep Rock Galactic?
Well, I love Deep Rock.
Because I feel like that's like a celebration of like the Tolkienian kind of dwarf culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we base a lot of ours off of. I guess more Tolkienian, but very like one of our players from Columbia, Tim, always had a fondness for dwarves and Tolkien influence, but also just one of the best role players I've ever played with. He's made a handful of dwarf characters and gets very much into the gets very much into role with each one of them.
Yeah, they don't feel the same.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but a lot of that comes from just kind of finding those roots in the, I don't know what to call it, not like a pseudo culture, but fantasy fake culture.
Yeah, the universe or whatever.
Yeah, so also I think takes a lot of inspiration from the Warhammer universe.
Yeah, that's heavy on dwarfs.
Oh yeah.
They're not in 40K.
They are.
Are they?
Yeah, you got
Why
Space
Why
Wolves.
wouldn't they be?
Space Wolves are Space Marines.
They are, but they're the dwarves.
Really? The Imperium of Man has dwarves in it?
Yeah.
Well, we probably should stop talking about this. This is like a show. But I'm going to look it up and confirm it.
What else do we talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, 40K can get really alienating really quick if you talk about it, is all I was thinking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome, pretty grim.
Dwarves in 40K were called squats. They existed in early editions, but their civilization was wiped out by Tyranids.
Oh.
They were discontinued many editions ago because they weren't popular, and Games Workshop's designers didn't like the direction they'd taken. There are a couple of squat mercenaries in the Necromunda sets, but that's all we're ever going to see of them.
That's weird. It's just weird that they just axed the whole line.
I guess they probably they didn't like how they can always bring them back. That's sort of how it is.
Yeah, but there's more investment with 40K. The fact that they have to actually make physical minis.
Right.
It's not just like putting out a book.
Mm-hmm. I think the dwarves could easily come back, though. There's been so much. There's been years of what dwarves in space might like. They could take from Deep Rock and just like take the fun out, and that's like a faction in 40K. You know what I mean? Like they're uber miners who have to fight bug Tyranids all the time when they're mining planets or something. And so they mainly fight the Tyranids, which ties into their lore. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is perhaps alienating for viewers, but hey.
I mean, I have nothing to add to it, but I don't know much about Warhammer.
It's absurd, like every aspect of it's fantasy, but everything's taken to the nth degree.
Yeah, I've played a couple.
It's fantasy-based sci-fi with everything taken to the nth degree.
Yeah. Well, 40K is because there's also Age of I forget what it's called. Age of
Igmar or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Age of Cicero.
Sigmar? No, it doesn't matter.
Zaro.
Sigmar is it, I think. Age of Mixelplix.
Wow, that was close.
Warhammer's pretty cool. I've never had anywhere near the money to get into that kind of hobby, but I would play if I played 40K. I'd probably play the Tau, which I know is a controversial opinion.
Why?
The Tau, are those they're not the undead robots, are they?
No, though they're also cool. Necrons are the undead robots.
Yeah.
The Tau are an organization of like blue-skinned, sort of amphibious people who have like sort of super uniform, super restrictive space communism, where they literally worship the concept of the greater good, and they like do genetic experiments and stuff. They've edged them up because initially it was like, here come a bunch of aliens that are super authoritarian, super lawful good, which a lot of people hated because it made them feel like they were good guys, which is something that they don't like in 40K. So they've come up with like brainwashing, and like the planets they protect are forced to join their government that does whatever it needs to for the good of the most number of people. But they're more mech inspired. They have my favorite thing about them is actually just that they're like shooty boys.
No, orcs is the shootiest boys.
Well, and on that topic, orcs would probably be the next I would do.
I love 40K orcs.
They're really fun. That's how I got into it. I just saw 40K orcs somewhere, and that's how I found out about it. I actually got into it watching games on YouTube because I can't play, so it's kind of fun to watch a game or two.
My older brother got Dawn of War, the computer real-time strategy for yeah, and that's what got me really into it. And so I played a fuck ton of that growing up because we also used to play a lot of Warcraft 3 together.
Yeah, Devin.
I forget you're a Warcraft boy.
Nevins is right on the money in terms of like people didn't like the Tau because they had they could have been the good guys. People would have felt they were the good guys. And that is like the first thing people ask. I think people like to say to people who ask that, "Oh, there's no good guys. You know, pick whoever you want."
Yeah.
I also like Sisters of Battle. I would play them. That's just the Catholic nun female space marines.
Are they related to the Eldar at all?
Mm-mm. The Sisters of Battle are members of the Imperium
Gotcha.
because they worship the Emperor, the God Emperor.
Oh, okay.
They have like church organ tanks with like an aura of chained cherub creatures. It's really cool.
Yeah. And it's like that kind of absurdity that I love from 40K.
Yep.
Like there were I know for a while, like on the subject of dwarves, there were chaos dwarves. And you get chaos dwarf units that had a meat grinder that was like a Gatling gun of meat.
Chaos. That'd probably be Nurgle, right? The rock guy. Nevin says, if anyone says the Empire of Man is the good guys, and really they believe that, don't talk to them anymore. Yeah, they're a parody of the worst qualities of humanity. You know.
It's like
in a fun way, because that's what parody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Sanchez and so on. Dr. House, Tyler Durden. Yeah.
No, but I identify with those characters and they mean a lot to me, so
Patrick
I
Bateman.
base my identity on all those people because they're cool and suave.
Yeah, and you could be cool and suave too.
Yeah, and so I have to espouse everything those people stand for.
Hey Travis, are you in any sort of extracurricular clubs? Maybe athletic clubs that you could really break a sweat in?
No.
No? Okay.
Specifically, no.
I mean, I told you my experience with sports. Where are you leading me here?
Oh, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
It's okay. You don't have to talk about it. Wink.
You know, I won't.
Okay. I gotcha.
Aww.
I thought Fight Club was a good movie.
It is. I haven't read the book,
Me neither.
but I agree that it's a good movie. It's a less cut and dry thing in terms of it being a pastiche of masculinity, because I think it is, but I think the entire story, the idea is looking at the only way to be the masculinity that is pitched to you is such a destructive thing. I think they do romanticize it, but that's because you can't make an entertaining thing with no romanticizing of the thing.
And who's to say that, like, that's not studio oversight? I think one thing that gets lost is just how many hands a big movie has to pass through. And so it ending with a Pixies song and a bunch of buildings blowing up in a really cool shot is, I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's a good shot. But I think, maybe some of the tone is lost.
I think there's a lot to be said. This goes on to the another topic, because they are killing themselves in that scene.
Yeah.
And it's also a depiction of suicide, which is also romanticized in media in a way that is different but not unrelated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially at that time, like, we certainly came up in the era of romantic self-harm.
Yeah, everyone wanted to be an album cover,
It goes back to the scene thing. I do think the movie ends differently than the book, but I don't know for sure.
I
think I
think
remember
in
hearing
both cases, like they die in the
okay.
explosions. Because it's all just self-destruction. That's ultimately the point, is that the masculinity that people are taught causes us to act in ways incompatible with the world people actually want. And therefore, this man goes on this whole fucking thing. Excuse me. But of course, the real thing
He
about...
punches people really good, and it makes me want to feel strong.
Well, the thing is, ultimately, you can, have a bad guy that you agree with, and I think, that's ultimately going to be, it is going to be difficult. I think the real reason that Fight Club misses some people in terms of critiquing people's understanding of masculinity and everything is because it's also a story that it's also The Sixth Sense. It's also, big spoiler, Tyler Durden stuff. Yeah. And so I think, honestly, there's enough going on that people are just like, Brad Pitt is the sexy thing that everybody wants to be, which is the point, because it is, it is Brad Pitt who is the underwear model who's cool and tough and doesn't care about his feelings and all the things a man is supposed to be. It is him that is telling the main character to do these things.
Yeah, ugly, schlubby Ed Norton.
Yeah.
So, in the book, Tyler's plan fails. The buildings do not explode.
Oh, shit.
The narrator shoots himself, wakes up in a mental hospital, and then is later approached by the staff who claim to be Project Mayhem's members and state that they expect Tyler's return, and it's unknown if he will.
Oh my god. Well, that makes it certainly less ambiguous that, like, this was all a bad enterprise.
Right. And in China, it's completely censored because they don't like the anti-capitalist ending.
Well, yeah, and I mean, in China, they don't show, the media does not show or promote anything the government doesn't want actively pushed.
Nope. They just do a black screen with text.
Obviously, bombing buildings is not something that they like to promote. Nevin's Man, I love Fight Club for the reason it's actually written for, and not what people who say there's their favorite movie say it is. Yeah, we actually just got through it. Now I assume that message maybe was slow or something, but it is a really good movie.
Been talking for a bit.
There could be a delay in stream, but yeah. I mean, like, I often cite Big Lebowski as my favorite movie, but it also kind of gives off that vibe of dorm room poster.
Yeah,
you have to.
You think it's a red flag movie? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because I think it's really cool. It has a lot of anti-war sentiment. Someone pointed out to me that all of the people who actually have any power in that movie are women.
Huh.
But
what about
all of the moves are. His estate's controlled by his daughter.
Okay.
I'd have to watch it and see, but that's cool.
Yeah, so the women have any real power, but they're also not the big players in the movie because, I mean, if we're going Bechdel test, that movie doesn't pass.
Well, that movie's like an inverse Bechdel test, yeah.
Yeah. But also,
do you like Coen Brothers?
I love Coen Brothers.
Okay, I was gonna say I think I've seen most of their films.
There are a couple people. Hail Caesar.
Oh, Hail Caesar's fun.
I keep meaning to watch it, and then I keep forgetting when, maybe the time arises that I.
That's fair.
Time.
The ferret they throw in the bathtub was probably female. Hey, there are women on screen all the time, ferret included. Spectacular Davy. They just, like you said, it's not about them. It is the story of almost every male character. that it gets introduced, it is their story.
And then the women have to clean it up.
Hail Caesar's fun. It's like, did you see Burn After Reading too?
I did, yeah.
Okay. It's more like Burn After Reading. I mean, it's a good movie and there's like art to it, but it is actually a pretty light comedy with pretty heavy implications and tones and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the actors gets kidnapped by like the local chapter of communists is one of the big plot points, for example.
Oh yeah, because it's about that era of Hollywood, isn't it? Like
big Bible movie era of Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
All-star cast, they all do it good. The Coen brothers, they do their thing. You know, it's a good movie. I saw it. I liked it.
I mean, I've been finding that with because like I love Wes Anderson, but like his more recent stuff is just so Wes Anderson that I'm like,
yeah,
I like it, but it's very concentrated.
I did not see Asteroid City. I really wanted to.
I haven't watched Asteroid City yet. I watched The French Dispatch, and it was just a bunch of like.
Oh, I didn't hear about that even.
It was 3 very Wes Anderson kind of vignettes.
I mean, if vignettes, you were gonna get just Wes Anderson paintings.
Yeah.
My favorite Coen Brothers movie is Garfield, bar none. I get that. I get that joke.
I didn't know they directed Garfield, the Bill Murray one.
They didn't. It was a different set of brothers whose last name were Coen, but that's why Bill Murray did it, he says.
Oh, man, that sucks.
I would have loved to have seen that movie.
Yeah, no, you were like, wait a second.
Coen brothers.
Should I go? You were like, should I go watch Garfield? you were opening up the Pirate Bay immediately.
I saw A Tale of Two Kitties.
Wait, you've seen Tale of Two Kitties? And you haven't seen the first one?
Yeah, I think
even though the Coen brothers
in middle school went to see A Tale of Two Kitties for their birthday.
How did Murray perform the second cat?
I couldn't tell you.
Do you feel he successfully differentiated the roles?
I imagine he did so effectively. I don't remember that movie at all. I think
it's a Prince and a Pauper movie
in my brain.
Right? You know, it's got to be. It's like the Queen's Cat and Garfield switch places.
Which is why I don't think it's stuck in my brain.
Maybe it's a parent trap. Maybe it's like, and then they set John Arbuckle up with the Queen.
Then he blows it.
Oh, John. Get a grip. That's my Garfield. All right, give me some impressions. I'll do some impressions for the people. I made you guys do Vegeta's, though I did pay you for that.
And we certainly appreciate it. Impressions. Piccolo.
Piccolo? Okay. Get behind me, small Saiyan boy.
Yeah.
It's a good Piccolo.
Oh, thank you.
I was thinking more the musical instrument, but I could see where they could be confusing. Toodly toot?
That's what my saxophone always sounded like.
Give me a Squidward.
Squidward? I can do a pretty good Squidward, I think. Bust my barnacles, SpongeBob.
Well, that's not Squidward. That's Squidward from the XXX SpongeBob parody.
Buff my barnacles, SpongeBob, and you'll get a salty surprise.
You got one, Aaron?
Yeah, you give me. No, you're all out. I'm really putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, you are. Can you do Pokemon?
What's that?
Pokemon?
Can do every Pokemon?
No, I cannot.
Oh.
Muto, Persian, Paris, Horsey, Eradicate, Magmicadabra, Weaving Bell.
Yeah, do it.
Jigglypuff.
Saying true.
Don't forget about Psychic.
That's all of them, right?
Well, we got Psychic, so I got my part done.
Yeah, you did
I
not
had the
forget
one
about
job.
Psychic.
Don't forget about Psychic.
You were doing an impression in the car earlier. If you want to do that, it might be a little troublesome.
I don't. Can you guys do the 8-bit Pokemon cries? I don't remember them specifically, but
That was good.
Ooh, Breedoot is pretty good. Breedoot's one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, yeah, Pidgey's good, actually. I became a fan of that Pokemon. I watched Griffin McElroy do a Nuzlocke run, and he had a Pidgeot called Beakman that really was clutch several times.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pidgey's quintessential bird.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the birds are good. I was playing one of them, I think, Moon, and I wanted to do Toucanon pretty bad because he's a special attack, specialized bird.
Oh, yeah. Toucanon's really solid.
Do an impression of Mew 3. I can do that. Okay. Welcome back again, boys, to my island. This time, I will make 2 clones of each of your Pokemon. That's my Mew 3.
I tire of this world. It's Pokemon.
You shan't be seeing a Mew 4.
The Mew line ends with me.
With me.
Be gone, paltry peasant.
Oh, dude! And in this Mew 3 movie we're making, he's enslaved. He's enslaved a bunch of Mews, and he uses them as cute little butlers and maids. They've got little chains on one foot, and they're like dusting his ceiling. So it's sad and cute at the same time.
But the cuteness makes it okay.
Do an impression of your uncle who works at Nintendo. All right, son. So your friends want to know more? Okay. Well, just tell him Luigi's gay now. Tell him that tell him I'm buy stock right now, kid. Let me tell you, gay Luigi. All right. Now give me back your dad.
My uncle says Luigi's gay.
Hey there, kid.
A lot of nuance.
Don't tell anyone I told you, but Paperboy 3.
Ooh, dude. I would buy with money a new Paperboy, to be honest. I played Paperboy 64 all the time as a kid.
Paperboy Adventures.
You went to like
3D platformer.
Dude, you could have an open world Paperboy game. Hell yeah.
The 64 already was open world, but it was like a top-down driving and throwing.
Yeah, but
game,
now I get Ubisoft towers.
Yeah,
you would bike up a tower and then you'd what is it, eagle jump or whatever it's called, off into the hay, do an ollie
into your stack of papers.
Yeah, you do a sick wheelie.
You can't ollie a bike. That's my bad. Give us a Paperboy game with an overworld the size of Breath of the Wild. Honestly, give us Breath of the Wild / Paperboy, and you will have Nintendo's Death Stranding, and I will play it.
Cool.
You gotta deliver papers.
Like a cute kid on a bike. You're doing like with a bike that's slow uphill and fast downhill, and windy hills of grass and stuff, and you bike around fantasy, delivering packages. That'd be really cool, actually. Breath of the Newspaper, and that's the title. We got to make a Pokemon movie and a Zelda package delivery game.
Yeah, a Pokemon movie where Mew 3 enslaves all of the Mews.
Well, enslaves is a harsh word. We'll use something else for the kids, but yeah.
Captures?
Yes, captures all the Muse, and then we see them in cute outfits so that it's less troublesome for the lads.
And then they put on a musical number at the end of the movie, so we know it's okay.
Yes, of their own volition, they do be our guest.
Yeah. He kept saying throughout the whole film, no musical numbers.
Don't be our guest. If you do be our guest.
You do be our guest one more time, I will kill you all. That's what he said.
And then Bruno Mars voices a Mew for the final musical number.
Which is, in fact, Uptown Funk. You see that Mew in a sparkly tux? This is that way you go.
That Nurse Joy, that Scyther.
No, I don't think I don't think your uncle is gonna get in trouble for breaking that NDA.
Oh no.
No one will ever believe you.
Now, if the news got out that Toad is trans.
Oh man, there is a official lore on Toad.
Really?
They've done so much weird stuff. They're not allowed to make them individual anymore.
Yeah,
like actually,
that.
It's like it came down from on high.
Yeah, that's why we have like Toadsworth, but now it's just a bunch of boring toads.
They still use the individual toads and stuff like Toadette, but when you put a toad in your game, you cannot put Christy Toad or something. You have to put Toad.
It's so dumb.
Yep.
Well, they're a hive mind. They're all connected by the Great Mycelium network that runs underneath our feet.
Hey, bro. Speak for yourself.
I can't. I'm Toad.
I am Toad. All right, well, you know what? I don't mind, but just keep... don't try to tell my kids it's okay.
Oh, so you're fine with gay Luigi, but when you come out with Hive Mind Toad, that's too much.
That's the
Hive
lie.
Mind Toad could be dangerous.
And gay Luigi couldn't?
Gay Luigi is... Okay, any kind of Luigi is the softest substance known to man. No, he's not dangerous.
What about Chad
He's made of, like, uber talc.
Even Metal Luigi.
Even Metal Luigi. I don't know about Chad Luigi. I don't think you can be both things. Maybe he's just a black hole.
Metal Luigi is made of gallium, one of the softest metals known to man.
Mercury Luigi. Luigi's spilled.
Well, Metal Luigi sounds toxic then.
Yeah, toxic as fuck. So, another big leak. Unobtainium Luigi. That is going to cost you a whole lot of V-Bucks when they release Unobtainium Luigi in Fortnite.
Oh, I've been saving up. I've been getting those Vic Roys just for this release.
I've been calling them Big Dick Dubs. Sorry, Big Dick Dinners. Big Dick Dinners. I've been grinding some Street Fighter.
Those big dick dinners.
Some Street Fighter Online.
We're eating big
gameplay.
dick dinner tonight, boys.
That's right. No, I was dishing them out. I was dishing out big dick dinners. Like chicken dinners, you know?
Winner, winner.
Yeah. You know about chicken dinner, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what they called it in Fortnite.
Well, that's what they called it in PUBG.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was a
Originally.
PUBG thing. No, this is really true, though.
Yep.
So that's why Big Dick Dinner and not.
It'd just be really funny to hear like a fucking 11-year-old being like, "Big dick dinner."
My man,
Do the
6 Big
Gwitty?
Dick Dinner.
Bragging to all his kids at the school table.
I've been watching carefully, and the viewer count has not gone down a single viewer since we started talking about Big Dick Dinners. I'm really proud of the audience you've been able to cultivate. Not a single person turned off.
We're
the
proud
stream.
of all of them. Thank you all for coming out to our Big Dick Dinner. What do y'all think of
Someone get some
my
dessert?
Angel Core design?
Dude, I love it. I like all the
pretty
I like the
good.
halos.
Angelic to the core.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I-
bracelet's really good.
I give them wings around their chest, their legs, and their eyes, because that's how
Ooh.
seraphim have their wings.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good idea. I would not have spotted it.
One
So-
winged.
Send us pictures of you in your best Angel Core outfits, and
at
we'll
Radio
post them
Shack.
with the hashtag Radio Shack.
No one's using that, right?
Yeah.
We'll
it's-
use the
I think it's-
hashtag Big Dick Dinner.
Hey, you know what? You are getting a big dick dinner. You post that angel cosplay. That's a big dick dinner. It's a big
On
dick
the
dinner for
house.
anybody that does it. Yeah. No, I'm saying you rake them in. You know,
Oh,
like I
yeah.
went online. I raked up a couple big dick dinners.
Yeah, you want that clout.
Hashtag angel core. Hashtag big dick dinner. Hashtag Radio Shack.
Take it to X. Let's
or
trend.
Blue Sky.
Still need that
Take it.
invite.
Take it to X.
The people of X need to hear this.
We'll see what X makes of it.
We'll see what the Council of X thinks.
Ooh, I hate that platform.
The Xticles. More than you bargained for.
Anyway, catch us here Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. 10 paces for the main event.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
both for joining me this evening.
Of course.
Big dick dinner.
This has been a blast and a half. And as we always say here, you hit him with the quiddy.
Ah.
Is that a thing you say?